Don't let organized homes disorganize you. Organized thoughts about having an organized home. So there are a lot of things that you will see other influencers or people put out on the internet about organizing your home. I want to talk about the fact that one, you don't need every organizer to have an organized home. You don't even need organizers to have an organized home. They are helpful tools to organize your home or to keep things organized, but you don't need all the organizers to organize your home. Two, your organizational style is more about what works for you and your daily life and keeping the organized home and keeping the systems that you want in place, in avoiding the stress on trying to figure out where things are, more than it is about the aesthetics of what the organized home should look like. More than what it should look like. Understand that. And here's why I'm talking about this, because I struggle with this as whatever you want to call me, influencer, content creator, things like that. My goal is to help people. My goal is to help people change their homes and make it less stressful and become havens that are productive for their families in their situations. And that's going to be different for everyone. But something that has come up in some people is that they feel this pressure that their homes have to aesthetically look a certain way to be organized, and that is not the case. Think about Pinterest. People talk about Pinterest online. We don't live in Pinterest perfect homes. And I have a post on my blog where I talk about, no, we don't live in Pinterest perfect homes. Our homes are lived in. And so it should be that way. It should function that way based on your life and your lifestyle. Maybe you got 6 kids. Maybe you got 2 kids. Maybe you work all day. Maybe you don't work all day. That's all going to affect the way that you organize your home. The way you organize your home and your organizational style. That is something that I had to learn about organization, is that everybody organizes differently. There are different types of organizational styles. There's a macro organizational style. There's a visual organization style. There's a micro organizational style. And this came up for me in my life when I had someone in my life tell me that how I organized was wrong. No, how I organize is what works for me. How I organize is what makes me productive. So keep this in the back of your mind. This is something that I see a lot. People have recently asked me to make more organizational videos, and I will share how I organize my home. But I want you to understand, your home should be organized based on your productivity, the balance that you want to create in your home, and how you want your home to function, not based on the visual aspect on what an organized home is supposed to look like. I hope this is making sense. I hope this helps someone and explains someone who may be struggling with the perfectionism, who may be struggling with, I don't know how to organize, or who may be struggling with, I don't know where I should start organizing, because you're looking at the visual aspect and you're trying to recreate visually what you're seeing. You're trying to recreate what someone has put into their cabinet that's 9 feet tall to their ceilings. That's a square, that's a rectangle, and you're trying to fit it into your oval shelf. So don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Organizational ideas or posts are just for that, to give you ideas. That does not mean they are the holy grail of exactly how your home is supposed to be organized. So I see a lot of the restocks or the organizational videos where everything is like perfect. I don't live in that kind of home, but I also find that type of organization as anxiety driven. But I'm also not a visual organizer. Now, I've noticed that my youngest is actually a visual organizer, and I had to stop myself because my visual organization was being, my dislike of visual organization was me saying, hey, make sure you clean up the counter. And then I had to pause. I had to catch myself and say, wait a minute. That's her organizational style. She's a visual organizer. So she would lay out her little bracelets. She wanted them all just laid out on her desk. And it bothered her when I went to clean the counter and then I put them back in the jewelry box. But in my organizational style was put away, was put into the thing. And she didn't like that. Because everyone organizes differently. Everyone is going to choose the type of organizational style that works for them, that makes you happy, that makes you productive, that makes you want to put things back so that your house isn't a mess. So don't get over consumed by the post where everything is visually, aesthetically organized, like IKEA and like Pinterest and like whatever. Keep them as ideas and inspiration. Let it inspire you. Don't let it pull on what the perfectionism it's trying to portray should be or what your home is supposed to be. I hope this is making sense. But I wanted to make just a raw video of something that has come up that I thought about, that I know people worry about and people talk about. And because recently people have asked me to create or to share more of my organization. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I struggle with sharing that because I had instances in my life where someone had told me that the way I organize is not right. So it's not about the right or wrong way to organize. It's the right way to organize for you in your life, in your lifestyle, and your personality. There are lots of different options. There are lots of different tools to help you organize, but don't get stuck in the perfectionism.